In the time, it's like I'm not even thinking. It's just all the emotions override my brain, I guess. And but it's always after, I'm always really embarrassed because it's like, I think my OCD just makes this big thing out of nothing, and I look back at it and I think once I can finally control it, I realize that it was pointless to what I was crying about. Yeah.
It's usually at its worst when I'm trying to go to sleep, and for me it's like a really physical feeling of anxiety, and it's usually in my chest, and my heart usually feels so heavy that it sounds crazy, but I can't sleep on my back because my body can't support the weight of how heavy my chest feels, so I have to sleep on my stomach.
Mental health for me, when I'm particularly struggling with it, is a very suffocating feeling. It's very difficult in the morning to, the hardest decision of the day being to choose to get out of bed, because it's just this overwhelming feeling that it's not really worth it.
So like it's very like controlling, like it takes over, and yeah, a lot of the time you just have to, you can't think about anything, like breathing is a struggle.
For me it was like, the mind was going on, but also like physically, like I just remember so vividly like pains through like this part, and like the panic of like the panic causing like physical, it was like I don't know, like a almost like a wave. You know how waves come in, like they're always coming. It just felt like that in my head and on my chest.
I can't do anything. I just sit there and like I'll be fine 1 minute, and then the next minute I'll be like, nah, need to get out, and like what am I doing here? Like all these thoughts going through my head, and like I can't, it's so loud, but like it's so loud inside my head, but I might look like calm on the outside, but it's so loud inside my head, and like I feel hot and cold at the same time.
It's kind of hard to describe how a panic attack really feels. I mean, the first time I had a really bad one, I actually called the ambulance because I thought I was having a heart attack. I remember I was convulsing, and like I felt this extreme pain there, but my whole mind was so stressed out that I literally thought I was dying.
I overthink everything. I overthink everything that someone might say or might do. I'm extremely sensitive, and I think the worst feeling about it is it just feels so final. It feels like what I'm feeling right now in this moment is me forever, and nothing is ever going to change that, and nothing can ever get me out of that.
You feel a massive weight on your shoulders, like you just don't want to get up in the morning, and you can't really have that energy. You feel exhausted constantly. You just want to like self-harm, you want to like abuse, I guess, like different drugs or like alcohol or whatever, and you just want to get away from the world.
I can generally feel very isolated, even when there are other people around me. Often have the sense of not really belonging anywhere, and that there's something strange about me, I guess.
Everyone who knows me has always known me as like Happy Maddie, like always smiling and excited, and like no, they don't know me as like what I struggle with, like in depression and stuff. And when I rock up to church or like social events and I'm not in that like happy mood, and everyone's like, what's wrong? Like, you know, like did something happen? And it's like, no, I'm just having like a bad day. And it almost feels like I'm not allowed to have that bad day. I'm not allowed to feel like depressed or upset, and like that puts a lot of pressure on me as well.
There was one time where I just totally flipped it, and I got in the car and I just stormed off, racing down the driveway like an absolute lunatic. And that was it. In my mind I was going to drive up the street, find a tree and just crash into it. And then I just stopped I've got a really long driveway, stopped at the end of the driveway and thought, what am I doing? Like, you know, what will my kids do if, you know, I'm not here anymore?
My hardest moments are when I become unproductive. I have so much to do. I have a purpose either given to me by God or by my family or by work. And instead of being productive and looking after all those tasks, everything just stops and I don't attend to anything. I don't attend to my relationships, I don't attend to myself. It becomes like this heavy sinking feeling of unproductivity, and I become really paralysed by that and don't know how to get out.
I remember a moment where I had to be up at church and it was at the Christmas markets, and I was like, I've got to get up there and get on with it, and I had nothing left. And all I wanted to do, I knew I'd end up crying with this, all I wanted to do was to go home and just fall asleep and not wake up, because it was just too hard and everything was too much, and I had 3 kids relying on me, and I had a husband, and I had a whole church community that expected me to turn up and be on, and I couldn't. And I just, I was so desperate, and I just wanted the pain to end, but I wouldn't. And that was my hardest moment, and I won't forget that feeling of falling asleep and then waking up to a kind of feeling like a nightmare, where it was like, it's still here, it's not going away.